Have you seen the video on YouTube of the guy who has the beard cage?
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah.
Just Google beard cage. And this guy comes out in this show, in this beard competition, and there's like this Victorian cage in the shape of a beard around his head, and he comes out and everyone loses their mind, and then he opens the door and takes a sip of tea through the cage, and everyone just goes berserk.
Yeah. Can you imagine what a dick he must be if this guy is an asshole? What a prick. I met like a food champion guy, I forget his name, but he was super nice, and he is also a cameraman for porn. So I guess it doesn't pay the bills as much as you think it would.
Oh my gosh, that guy's the greatest life in the world.
But you're just watching, it's sort of like watching porn all day and not getting to fuck.
Yeah, that wouldn't ruin sex for you at all, living in that den of sadness.
Can you imagine how much he could eat if he's allowed to? I'm sorry about that.
They're married. You guys are an actual couple and you host a podcast together.
Yeah, we really do it. We share a mic. We do all the things.
Let's not talk about most of the things. That got weird. And I'm also strangely aroused now. Oh, hey, you're very pretty. Can we get the camera off us? Because we want to...
Kiss cam! Kiss cam!
Oh! I went in and you fucking left! It's fine.
Do any of you guys live in Los Angeles? Well, we have our Nerdist space at Meltdown Comics, and Kumail and Emily and Jonah Ray run a Wednesday night stand-up comedy show that's amazing. And if you are ever in LA, you should come by the Nerdist Theater. We do like 4 or 5 nights a week of programming. Emily is our theater director, and it's just like panels and stand-up and movies, and like we do Nerdist Writers panel there, and there's signings and.
Last night we had both Matt Selman and Dana Gould doing running Simpsons episodes, their favorite, and then talking over them when they wanted to, which is we do amazing stuff every night of the week. So anytime you're in LA, come to Nerd Melt.
Matt Myra does Star Trek, where you basically Mystery Science Theater, Star Trek, The Next Generation episodes with Kumail. But it's like, but that space has become it's become the playground that I always wanted to have when I was a kid, where like the Wednesday night show, really amazing comics are dropping by, and then you walk out and people are playing D&D in one corner of the store, and then Kevin Eastman is showing his Turtles collection.
I met Kevin Eastman and I almost cried. The guy, Ninja Turtles, perhaps you've heard of it? Yeah.
Small amphibious
my first
creatures
question to him, excuse me?
What? I said small amphibious creatures you may know. The Ninja Turtles.
Let's do a quick poll. How many people here were Donatello?
Oh.
What?
Wait, no.
No, fuck Donatello.
Someone was brave enough to say it.
All the way, right?
Someone was brave enough to say it. Someone was brave enough to say it with the 4-year-old in the front row. Someone was brave enough to say it. No more F-bombs. Hey, buddy, well, you got the internet, kiddo. You're gonna find out these words sooner or later anyway. Better it be your creepy Uncle Chris than some porn website. Come on, we're all friends here.
By the way, porn is a real thing you can watch.
I'm taking this
One
away.
step beyond. So we're doing a lot of fun stuff. If you guys have questions, you please line up. We'll answer any questions you may have. Wow.
Don't run. Everybody
Do
will
not
get their
stab
turn.
anyone with a pencil, people.
Yeah. We're not handing out Harry Potter shirts.
Oh my God,
No
mechanical
Harry
pencil.
Potter shirts.
The Nerd Switchblade.
The Nerd Switchblade.
Yeah, the mechanical pencil. Click, 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 stab. Oh, I see people lining up for questions.
What? Yay.
Comments.
Hi.
Wait,
Okay.
it's a question. What are you doing, Matt? Give me this back. I bought an original cell from the movie Wizards, and Ralph Bakshi signed it, and I don't want you to touch it. You can't even look at it. I'll show it to you guys.
Wait, Ralph Bakshi is here?
Yeah, he was here.
I want him to sign Fritz the Cat's
That's his-
penis.
Chris, you dropped shit. I mean, stop.
Don't look
Sorry
at
for
it.
your
Don't
old
look at it. Your eyes
Dude,
are
4
your eyes
points
are
is going to
making
be
it.
high.
Yeah, are we allowed to curse on 4 points?
Oh yeah, better. I haven't passed
Okay,
that by the
good.
censors or Chris. And by the way, I told Allison called and was like, "So what's this show that we're doing?" And I was like, "Let me tell
I
you."
agreed to do the show and I had no idea what it was about.
And then I was like,
sure.
I said, one thing I have to warn you about is I always drink on my show. Like I have to drink on the show. So I need to tell somebody who's going to buy beer.
And I think you told me that and I was like, did we just become best friends?
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be weird.
There's a person there for questions right now, I believe, unless she just wants to hang out there.
Hi.
I'm good. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Chloe. I texted you earlier. Anyway,
That's Chloe's superpower. She knows everyone's name.
I know everything. I'm psychic.
You must be a class 5 mutant. Remember from X3, or like, you can tell the powers of other mutants. Really? That's where we're at?
Anyway, question.
Yes.
So, what crazy con stories do you have? This echo is really weird. I saw it.
Right? You see what I mean?
It's weird.
That's why people always screw up the national anthem, and everyone's like, they suck, they screwed up the national anthem. Like, because you can't
No.
hear yourself.
It's
Oh, say, can you?
See?
Yeah, well done.
What crazy
I like
con stories? Was that the question?
Weirdest
Yes.
con
Crazy
story?
con stories?
Yes.
Here's my favorite. This is my favorite. San Diego a couple years ago. I saw a guy walking on through the con floor dressed as Wolverine, and then he stopped to take a hit off his inhaler. That was an amazing moment. That was an amazing moment. That adamantium skeleton weighs down on the lungs.
Yeah, I saw a really overweight Superman waiting for the elevator. Reality was his kryptonite.
Alex Albrecht?
I'm trying to think. Everything happens in such a weird, like, blur. Crazy Comic-Con stories and
Or any convention.
okay. Well, in that case, I was at. Oh, you know what? Okay, so I was at a podcast. This isn't actually all that crazy, but it just sort of 5 years ago. I was at a podcast expo in Ontario, California, which was awesome. And we had just podcast had like just started, and this person came up to me and was like, "Dude, I love Dignation, and I got a podcast." And I was like, "Oh, that's great. What's your podcast?" And he was like, "Oh, it's about woodworking." And I was like, "What?" And then literally I started getting into woodworking. Because I was like, "This is awesome, dude. You make all this stuff? I have to go to IKEA and buy this crap." Like, you could just take a block of wood and make something that you need, and then you can put your name on it, or someone else's name on it, and give it as a gift. And literally, I listened to like their entire library of woodworking podcasts. So it's not really weird, it's more just sort of scary that I actually did that.
No, it's very revealing.
Well, it's weird because it's an audio podcast, so what do they like?
Yeah, just hear it.
Trust me, I'm fucking really nailing this right now.
Yeah. There's a lot of animated GIFs that went along with it. That's not true. No.
Allison, you must have some fun con stories.
Well, I was thinking about the fact that at this last con, I was at whatever the big swanky party is at the end of Comic-Con, where I'm always highly intoxicated.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, well, yeah. Because you weren't there? Oh, sorry, I'm a jerk. That's not
No.
But it was one of these parties where there were crazy celebrities around me, and I lost my crap because I saw what's his face, General Ty from Battlestar.
Oh!
And I was like, "You're my hero!"
Cylon.
I ran up to him, and everyone's like, "Who's this dude?" And I'm like, "You don't get it, Battlestar." So whatever.
And
That's
they let you
not
out.
a weird con story. What?
They just dragged you out, and you're like, Battlestar, Admiral!
Oh no, I took pictures with him and everything. Like the way some people come up to me on the floor and they're like, "Allison, can I take a picture?" I was like, "General Ty, can I get my picture with you?" It was sweet.
I have a good one. Once I was at a Star Trek convention in 1994, I'm gonna say, and we were waiting for Jonathan Frakes to go talk in the ballroom.
Yep.
And for some reason we couldn't do it. There was this very heavy woman behind us who was getting very upset, and we had to. She was talking. She said something to my mother. My mother got pissed off. My mom's a nurse, so you should know this before. So the upset heavy woman passes out behind us, and someone goes, "Is anybody a nurse or a doctor?" And my mother goes, "Come on, we're leaving."
That's an amazing story.
So you didn't see Jonathan Frakes?
Oh no, we just left the room.
Oh, okay.
The story ends with Jonathan Frakes. We had to go out to the parking lot, and they set up a tiny stage in the parking lot, and Jonathan Frakes talked to all of us. It was fucking awesome. I was this close to Commander Riker, you guys.
But if we're doing all conventions, I have stories from the tile and carpet convention in Vegas a couple years back. Is it all conventions?
Any convention. Yeah, any convention.
But you guys, we only have 15 minutes. You guys can ask me about my tile and carpet convention stories if you see me. Yeah, well, they do all flooring and what? It's crazy. It's crazy.
By the way, I was really excited to see a lot of really great volleyball cosplay here.
What was awesome was people from both conventions were taking pictures of each other.
Is this a manga we're not aware of? Nope, just volleyball. Just volleyball.
None of those girls know how much danger they're in being.
Dude, I think they know. I saw the looks on their faces.
It's just like their mothers are like, Whitney, come.
That's
They are
real
in no
Superman.
danger at all.